What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of New Comics This Week. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the upcoming new releases for February 1st, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be talking about the new books from all the major publishers and a ton of the indie ones as well, their varying covers, which books I'm going to be grabbing, and any sort of other important info that's going to help you guys decide which issues you're going to be getting this week. It's a little bit lighter of a week, but we've got some really good books and covers to go over, so let's jump right into it. And as always, everyone, as I begin to talk about these books, just be aware that there's still delays and shipment issues happening, so once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, just check with your LCS to see which books are actually going to be getting in. So to kick this list off first, folks, I'm going to be going over AWA Upshot. They've got one brand new series this week. It's Black Tape, issue number 1. Jack King was a rock and roll god who projected a stage persona on par with the devil. After Jack dies on stage, his widow, Cindy, grapples with grief and struggles to protect his legacy, unaware that she is being surrounded by dark forces that covet the master tapes to Jack's final unreleased album, a heavy metal masterpiece that just might open a doorway to hell. That sounds awesome. I'm definitely going to be grabbing that one. This is cover A, the main. We've got a cover B, Deodato Jr. and Lothridge variant, and now finally a cover C, heavy metal homage variant. Moving on to Aftershock, they've got one brand new series. It's Bram Stoker Monster Hunter, issue number 1. Through memories spurred by Oscar Wilde's 1895 gross indecency trial, a young and troubled Bram Stoker discovers there's a secret hiding in his new workplace of Dublin Castle. One thing that will either end his life or change it forever. The next publisher I'm going to be talking about today is Archie, and they've got two. The first one features 3 brand new stories. It's Archie Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 337. The only other one they've got this week is Archie's Valentine's Spectacular, issue number 1, and this one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a Stadium Comics What If exclusive, and now finally a Stadium Comics Foil exclusive. Moving on to Zenescope, the first one is Tales of Terror Quarterly, Valentine's Day, issue number 1. This one's got 4 covers. This is cover A. We've got a cover B, Alan Otero variant, and now finally a cover C, No variant. Moving on to Grimm Universe presents Quarterly, Cinderella Fairy World Massacre, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Tarragona variant, and now finally a cover C, MacDonald variant. Next up is Grimm Spotlight Inferno, issue number 1. Mercy Dante is back in an all-new series. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Talabal variant, and now finally a cover C, Lamar variant. The only other one they've got this week is Phoenix Files, issue number 2, and this one's got 4 different covers. And this is cover A, the main. We've got a cover B, Vitorino variant, and now finally a cover C, Abundanza variant. Next up is Ablaze. They've got Children of the Black Sun, issue number 2. That first issue was awesome. If you're having a little bit lighter of a week, see what you can do to try to find that first issue. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Brown variant, and now finally a cover C, Rudy variant. Next up is Whatnot Publishing. They've got Ninja Funk, issue number 4. This one features 6 different covers. This is cover A. We got a cover B, Regal variant, and now finally a cover C, Kirkham variant. Moving on to Mad Cave Studios, they've got Tales from Nottingham, issue number 1. If you're a Nottingham fan, definitely check this one out. This series explores untold stories from the Nottingham universe. Moving on to Bad Idea Comics, they've got The Finder, issue number 1. After that is Sumerian Comics. The first one is The Purple Oblivion, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Simone variant. The only other one they've got this week is How I Became a Shoplifter, issue number 1. The first issue tells nostalgic tales of toy store heists, Grand Theft beer runs, backstage buffoonery, counterfeit cash, and clown weed. This one's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Falzone variant, and now finally a cover C, Giacomino variant. Next up is Black Mass Studios. They've got Gangster Ass Barista, and this is the series finale. It's issue number 3, and this one's only got a cover A. Moving on to Artist Elite Comics. They've got Artist Elite Presents, issue number 6. This one's got 5 different covers. This is cover A, the main. We've got a cover B, Garza variant, and now finally a cover C, Harden variant. Next up is American Mythology Productions. They've got Silent Night, Deadly Night, issue number 2. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Classic Photo variant, and now finally a black and white photo variant. Moving on to Red 5, the first one's a series finale. We've got Dead Kingdom, issue number 5, and the only other one they've got this week is The Atonement Bell, issue number 4. Those are all the small indie publishers I'm going to be talking about this week, and the only ones I plan on grabbing are going to be from AWA. We've got Black Tape, issue number 1, and then from Ablaze, we've got Children of the Black Sun, issue number 2. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. Alright, everyone, so the first one today from Image is the start of a brand new arc. We've got King Spawn, issue number 19. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Fernandez variant. After that is Radiant Black, issue number 21. Here's cover A, the main. We've got a cover B variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Monty Incentive variant. Next up is The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 56. This is cover A, the main. We've got a cover B Adlard and McCage variant, and now finally a cover C Manipul variant. Moving on to Rogue Sun, issue number 10. This is cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 20 Campana variant. Moving on to a series finale, we've got Stillwater, issue number 18. I'm really looking forward to this series finale. I know in all of my reviews I've been extremely back and forth on this one, but as of late, I've really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see how they conclude everything. Next up is Kea, issue number 5. This is cover A, and then we've got a cover B Craig variant. Moving on to the end of the arc, we've got Nita Hawes, Nightmare Blog, issue number 12. This is cover A, the main cover, and then we've got a cover B, David Go variant. I talk about this one all the time. If you're reading this series and not reading Philadelphia, do yourself a favor, try to find those trade paperbacks. There is a hardcover out for it as well. I don't know exactly what it covers, but you definitely need to be reading both of these series at this point. Moving on to Savage Dragon, issue number 263. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Retro 70s Trade Dress variant, and now finally a cover C Sean Alexander variant. After that is Flawed, issue number 5. This is cover A, the main, and then we've got a cover B Tomaselli variant. Continuing on with Image, we've got Ant, issue number 6, and this is the series finale. Moving on to the start of a brand new series, we've got Blood Tree, issue number 1. Two obsessed NYPD detectives hunt for a vicious butcher called the Angel Killer, a sociopath who preys on the innocent family members of known murderers in order to purify the rest of society. This is cover A, the main, and then we've got a cover B Frank and Anderson variant. The only other one they've got this week is the start of another brand new series. It's Almighty, issue number 1. The year is 2098 in a third world America ravaged by economic collapse, Onchero warfare, and a mysterious environmental disaster contained behind a massive wall. A girl has been abducted and a killer has been hired to find her and bring her home. This is cover A. We got a 1 in 25 incentive variant, and now finally an Eric Lloyd Brown variant. Out of all those issues coming out from Image this week, they're definitely having a little bit lighter of a week, but I'm for sure going to be getting Radiant Black, issue number 21, Stillwater, issue number 18, Nita Hawes, Nightmare Blog, issue number 12, and I'm definitely going to check out the new ones, Blood Tree, issue number 1, and Almighty, issue number 1. So moving on to Boom Studios, the first one is Briar, issue number 3, and this one's got 6 different covers. This is cover A, the main. We've got a cover B Paquette variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Love It Virgin incentive variant. After that is Magic, The Gathering, issue number 23. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Secret Planeswalker variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Hans incentive variant. This next one's the final one coming out from them this week. It's The Approach, issue number 4. This is a fantastic series as well. I'm also going to be getting Briar. I think that's a really good one too, but I'm really digging The Approach right now. This is cover A. We've got a 1 in 10 Hutchinson Cates incentive variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Howl incentive variant. Out of those 3 issues coming out from Boom Studios this week, I'm going to be grabbing Briar issue number 3 and The Approach issue number 4. But next up, let's talk about Dark Horse, IDW, and Dynamite. So the first one today from Dark Horse is Minor Threats, issue number 4. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Fowler variant, and now finally a cover C Hepburn variant. Moving on to Quick Stops, issue number 4. This is cover A, the main cover, and then we've got a cover B Van Dyke variant. After that is Young Hellboy, Assault on Castle Death, issue number 4. This is cover A, and then we've got a cover B Trayman variant. Next one today, we've got a start of a brand new series. It's Where Monsters Lie, issue number 1. Haven't you always wondered what slasher monsters, the masked home invasion family, the mindless unkillable monster, the serial killer trapped in a doll, what they do for those couple of years in between their murder sprees? They're at Wilmhurst, a gated community in the middle of nowhere where they relax, or try to, until they get the call to go out and kill again. I'm not gonna lie, that actually sounds pretty interesting. This is cover A, the main cover, and then we've got a cover B Stoke variant. The only other one they've got this week is Koshai and Hell, issue number 2. Out of all those issues, at this time, I don't plan on grabbing any of them. My shop doesn't usually get a lot of Dark Horse stuff, but if they do get Where Monsters Lie, issue number 1, I'm 100% going to be grabbing that one. Moving on, we've got IDW. The first one today is Star Trek, issue number 4, and this one's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. We've got a cover B variant, and now finally a cover C Quinones variant. After that is My Little Pony, issue number 9. This is cover A. We've got a cover B variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Forstner incentive variant. Continuing on, this is the last one from them this week, and it is the start of a brand new series. We've got Breath of Shadows, issue number 1, and this is a brand new horror series. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Bjorn Berens variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Francovia incentive variant. Same thing as Dark Horse. My shop doesn't get a lot of IDW, but I'm 100% going to be checking out the Breath of Shadows, issue number 1. I'm a huge fan of horror stuff. But moving on to Dynamite, the first one, we've got the Immortal Red Sonja, issue number 10. And for those of you reading this series, it is the series finale, so be on the lookout for it. This one's got 15 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Moss variant, and now finally a cover C Linsner variant. Next up is Vampirella, year 1, issue number 5. This one's got 24 different covers. This is cover A. We've got a cover B Perillo variant, and now finally a cover C Selena variant. After that, we've got Purgatory Must Die, issue number 2. This one's got 14 different covers. This is cover A. We've got a cover B Chroma variant, and now finally a cover C Fuso variant. This next one's the last one coming out from them this week. It is just a facsimile, but we've got Gargoyles Facsimile Edition, issue number 1. I won't be grabbing any of them this week from Dynamite, so next up, let's talk about DC Comics. DC fans, they are having an extraordinarily light week as of now. A ton of one-shots coming out. The first one is Lazarus Planet, Legends Reborn, issue number 1. This is a one-shot. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Sarmento cardstock variant, and now finally cover C Laura Braga cardstock variant. Moving on to the Flash 1 Minute War Special, issue number 1. This is cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 25 Acuna foil incentive variant. Continuing on to another one-shot, we've got Batman Legends of Gotham, issue number 1. This is cover A. We got a cover B Surdy cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Nakayama cardstock incentive variant. Next one is DC's Harley Quinn Romances, issue number 1. This one features 8 short stories. This is cover A. We got a cover B Talaski variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Torque incentive variant. This next one's the last one coming out from them this week. Like I said, an extremely light week from DC coming up. It's DC Power Celebration, issue number 1, and this one celebrates Black History Month. This one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Souza Micah variant, and now finally a cover C tenfold variant. Like I said before, an extremely light week coming up from DC this week. Not a bad thing for my wallet though. Some of these last new comic book days have been absurd with the amount of books that we're releasing. I won't be grabbing any of them, so now let's finish this video with Marvel Comics. Alright, Marvel fans, they're not having a huge week like they usually are, but they're still having a pretty solid one. The first one today from them is Moon Knight, issue number 20, and this one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Sandoval Planet of the Apes variant, and now finally an Alan Blade Black History Month variant. Next up is a Dark Web tie-in for Venom. This is issue number 16. This one's got 4 different covers. This is cover A, the main. We've got a Beren's Planet of the Apes variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Bachalo incentive variant. Next up, we've got the Avengers, issue number 65, and it says that this one's continued in Avengers Forever, issue number 14. This one's got 4 different covers as well. Here's cover A. We've got Lubera 90s variant, and now finally an Avengers Assemble Planet of the Apes variant. Moving on to X-Force, issue number 37. This is cover A. We got a Mastrazo variant, and now finally a Davis Planet of the Apes variant. After that is Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 3. This is a great series so far. I'm a big fan of it. This one's got 8 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got an Ivan Tao variant A, so be on the lookout for a Virgin variant B. And now finally, we've got a 1 in 25 Lashley incentive variant. Continuing on with Marvel, we've got Legion of X, issue number 10. After that is Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, issue number 9. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a Marvel Loeb Anatomy variant, and now finally a Limb variant. Moving on to Scarlet Witch, issue number 2. This one's got 5 different covers. Personally, read the first issue. I really wasn't a fan of it at all. I thought it was pretty boring. This is cover A, the main. We got a Garbett Planet of the Apes variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Maleef incentive variant. Next up is Dark Web Finale, issue number 1. This is cover A. We got a Momoko variant, and now finally a Medina variant. After that's the start of a brand new series. We've got Silver Surfer Ghostlight, issue number 1. This one features 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Del Auto variant A, so be on the lookout for a Virgin variant B, and now finally a Chichetto variant. Next up is another brand new series. We've got Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, issue number 1. It's in her blood. Brielle Brooks is a good kid, no matter what her teachers say. It's not her fault she's developing vampiric superpowers and the undead want to brawl. And as if problems at school aren't enough, Bree's got a wild ride ahead of her. She's about to discover she's the daughter of the infamous vampire hunter and daywalker known as Blade. This one's got 13 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a 1 in 25 Gonzalez incentive variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Maria Wolf incentive variant. After that, we've got a series finale. This is Wakanda, issue number 5. Here's cover A, the main, and then we've got a Kanan White variant. This next one is the last one coming out from them this week. It's the start of a brand new series. We've got Star Wars, Sana Staros, issue number 1. This is her first ever solo series for you Star Wars fans, so be on the lookout for it. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Black History Month variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Sousa incentive variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Moon Knight, issue number 20, Venom, issue number 16, Miles Morales, issue number 3, and then finally Silver Surfer Ghostlight, issue number 1. Now let's do a recap of these comics. So like I said earlier in this video, it's definitely going to be an extremely light new comic book day. As of now, DC's only got some one-shots coming out. Marvel's got a pretty light week, and a lot of the indie publishers are having a little bit lighter weeks too. But I'd say the one issue that I'm going to be looking forward to most this week is going to be from Ablaze. We've got Children of the Black Sun, issue number 2. I absolutely love that first issue. When I do my top 10 list, it got number 1 that week. So if that says anything to you guys, definitely check it out if you've got a little bit lighter of a week coming out. I like the artwork. I thought the storytelling was great as well. There's a mystery behind the plot, and when I was done reading it, I wanted the next one instantly. But be sure to let me know down below in the comment section which books you're going to be picking up and which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. And thanks for watching, everyone. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below with notifications turned on. You won't regret it. Now, I've got 2 more sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.